Hey guys, what is up? It is Greg here from Personal Evolution, and holy shit, what a night it was for GameStop. Just wanted to take this time to kind of review, summarize what's happened, and maybe what we think is going to happen, in the coming weeks, maybe even longer. So yeah, let's get to it. The main thing before I start all this, disclaimer: please do not take this as investing advice. Always do your own research, especially if you're looking at internet forums, because you never know who's giving out the details. So with that out of the way, let's look at GameStop. Let me minimize this. Okay, so here we have this beautiful chart. Now, first of all, what happened yesterday? Well, the big man himself, Elon, he tweeted. Now, if you don't know what Elon's tweets do to a stock, he also tweeted Etsy yesterday, and now today Etsy is up over, let me just get it, the latest figure, Etsy stock. It had a big spike up when Elon tweeted, or up to 225, but it's come back down. So apparently he doesn't do much. But anyway, it made it a spike. So why is Elon tweeting about GameStop a good thing? Well, retail investors, aka people who look at the Reddit forums and others, believe anything Elon says because he took his company Tesla from 0 to what is it, 880 now. So good news for the retail investors who are putting on the squeeze on Melvin Capital. Now that brings me on to Melvin. What the hell's going on there? So what I believe has happened is Melvin must be down and almost out. They've just been funded by two big hedge funds to cover their position. Now, most people are saying, oh, well, if they're down 30%, now that equates to, 3.9 billion of their sheet. If the price goes to 175, then they're dead, basically. They're out 100%. I don't believe Citadel and Point 72 will let that happen. I think they'll have lent them enough to cover their shorts. And Melvin's strategy now is to just sit it out. I don't think they can do anything unless they want to realize all those losses. So for Melvin, I think they're just sitting tight. I don't quite think there's blood on the street yet. However, this is what brings me to the interesting thing and why we're sat looking at this chart. So let's have a look. What has happened in the last day or so? We have some interesting stuff, right? So we have this little tussle between the green and the red. So green are people buying the stock, red are people selling it. Now what we can see is there's quite a few of these big red pushbacks. And every time, this one especially, look at this. It is crazy. I can't draw. Look at that pushback. The shorts have done an absolutely astounding job here of going. Oh, I'm moving this. How do I draw this? Boosk. Look at that, and then straight back. I don't know if you remember the coronavirus stuff, if you're still paying attention to any of that, but that is what we call a V-shaped recovery. And don't get me wrong, I'm no technical analysis, so I am just drawing little pretty shapes on a thing. So please ignore me if this makes no technical sense. But yeah, I can't even draw. That is a huge pushback. What I think is happening now is the bigger hedge funds on Wall Street have smelt the blood, the fire that Wall Street bets are starting, and they're starting to pile on. And we have big buyers holding the stock now at 140. Now, caveat to that, in after hours trading, the stock has gone to $209. So when this opens, we're going to see something, we're going to see something crazy, I think. And this thing is just going to go to the moon. Where is 209? I mean, well, that's even shorter. So if the after hours trading is to believe, we're going to see a steep rise. What does that mean for us? Well, there's a few things going on here. If I just clear that, and I don't know how to reset the view, but there it is. Nope. Okay, ignore that. So there's a few things going on here. Like I say, I think big people are piling on the pressure with Elon tweeting, with other billionaires getting into spats on Twitter with others. Now, the problem we've got for a sort of end game is, you know, us as investors, do we look at this and we go, okay, I believe the Wall Street Bets crowd are going to drive this all the way to the moon. One thing they do have in their favor that is going to kill Melvin if it happens is if the cost of borrowing goes up. And what I mean is, you know, when you borrow a loan, you get interest on that. If that interest rises, and there's certain things that make that rise, which I'll go into in another video, if that rises, Melvin have to still pay that premium to keep those positions open, and they could get fucked, basically. Will Citadel allow it? I don't think so. The other aspect is we have the big players coming in, pushing the price higher, but we also will have the big players coming in wanting to short this. Now, will they be able to short it? I don't think so. I don't think any market maker is going to be kind of willing to provide a price without a huge amount of cover. And what I mean by that is if the stock goes higher, they'll expect to make their money because they don't want, you know, anyone to default. So this is an interesting point in the squeeze. Where do we go from here? Who knows? It might slingshot to the moon. So if you imagine the price line of GameStop as maybe a slingshot, so we've got a sling, we've got the short sellers at the bottom, they're the rock. And as this price goes higher and higher, I can't do this very well on the screen, higher and higher and higher, this is going to get more and more stretched. Now, as soon as the short sellers stop, or maybe they default, or the cost of borrowing goes up, we let go of this rock, and it goes ping in a very simplistic way. Am I saying that's going to happen? I don't think so. I think we're going to see this go higher as the retail investors drive it. Where it gets to, no one can tell. Does it go 500, 1,000, 2,000? Who knows? It's such an unknown. Me personally, and again, this is not investing advice, I'm going to stick to my plan, as I said in the GameStop bull or bear case video, which I'll link below. I'm going to stick to the plan of looking at what other stocks are really shorted and going to give myself some exposure to those in that I'm going to buy a small amount of each one. Now, I'll link it below. Zero Hedge did a good analysis of the other stocks Melvin owned or shorted even. And to cover their position, they may be selling out of those positions. Sorry, sell and sell. They may be, you know, giving back those. They may be getting out of those short positions to cover the GameStop one. So those stocks will go up if that is happening. I believe we will see this stock run higher yet, and I think that is a good strategy. I personally will not be opening any positions in GameStop because it is crazy and I'm not going near that. But I think there are other aspects of the market where we can benefit from this whole craziness. So yeah, that's it. GameStop maybe going to the moon, may not. Melvin, don't think it's down and out. I think it needs to bide its time now. The worst case for Melvin is that cost of borrowing goes up, or the GameStop stock never comes down because they would just be down forever, and eventually those shorts will, you know, have to be recalled. And yeah, I can't believe it's just one of the front. We're at such a momentous time in the stock market. This has never happened at such a scale before, and I think having a front row seat is just so exciting. So yeah, stay with it. Please like, subscribe, do what you usually do. I'll be bringing out more of this, and yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, that's it. Have a good one and stay safe. Cheers.